What's up, everyone, and welcome back to SC Ayala Talk. I'm your host, SC Ayala, and we are taking a journey through my book, LoveSick, Pages of a Poetic Heart, where I go ahead and read you the poem and then give you the backstory on why it was created. For those of you that have been with us from the beginning, I just want to say thank you for your continued support and subscribing, and don't forget to hit the like button. Also, if you want to repost anything, please feel free. Also, to those that are just joining us today, I just want to say thank you and welcome, because you could be listening to anyone and you chose me. So, without further ado, we are going to be on page 94 for those of you that got the book and want to go straight to it. The poem is called Here I Go Again. Yeah, it's in the poem. It's in the title. Anyhow, here I go again, page 94, and let's get to it. Here I go again. I fell for it. Everything. The don't worry about it. The hey, it's okay. It's all good. But the truth is, things aren't like they should be. So here I go again, struggling with the I miss yous, the thinking of yous, and wishing you were here with me. Knowing damn well you could give a rat's ass about me and mine's. As we struggle to just stay above water, let alone social climb. Here I go again, believing that things could be better, get better, but who am I fooling? It's the same as last time. You're beautiful, wonderful, only until the morning sun shines. So here I go again, giving into the splendor of you, the wonder of you, the absolute completeness of you. So here I go again, over and over. I tell myself, what's the spell I'm under? What's the hold you have over me? What's this thing you do to me? So here I go again, loving you to no ends. All right, so that was Here I Go Again on page 94 in the book LoveSick, Pages of Poetic Heart by yours truly, SC Ayala. And let's get to the backstory. So I know a lot of times in relationships, we say we're done, we're through, we're out of here. And for the most part, some of us do get away. And then there's others that go, well, maybe he's changed after, the first breakup, maybe the second breakup, maybe even the third breakup. But there's something that keeps drawing you back. And unfortunately, for most of us, it's not always just that simple to leave. You feel you have an investment in this person, you have vested time, and time is something you cannot get back. However, think about all the time that you could have been doing something else, somewhere else, with someone else, and not having to go through the back and forth, not having to deal with the highs and lows of the emotional roller coaster. Maybe you would have been better off. Maybe you went back thinking you would be better off. They would be better off, and you guys would be better off as a couple. Maybe you thought there was no greener grass, and the grass that you're tending to just needed more watering or nurturing. And that could be true for some folks, and maybe it works out better the second time. Maybe it works out better the third time or the fourth time, but there's something there. And if you don't have kids, okay, I'm not talking about people that have children, because I always say, give it your best, give it your all. Kids deserve a family, mom, dad, mom, dad in the home, whatever the case might be for you. They deserve to see their parents happy and together, but not in the same house driving each other crazy. That's also abuse, and that's negligence on your part, being that, if you can't keep it together, then be adult enough to say, okay, we can't do this. We're better off apart. We can co-parent and be good co-parents. But if you don't have kids and you're just going back every time this person hurts you, and every time, and I mean, no property, nothing in joined, joint names and things of that nature. Because when you have things like that, when you have property and whatnot in each other's names, it becomes a little stickier to get away. But if you can be amicable and just say, we're grown up to say we do, we're grown up to say we don't, you'll be better that way. Because sometimes, they're a great person, they're just not your person. And maybe the brief time that they were your person was to teach each other something. And that's okay too. What I'm saying is you don't stay for mere convenience or because, well, we've been together 10 years, who's going to know me like him? I'll tell you, somebody else who wants to treat you the way that you want to be treated. Someone else who is looking, you want to be treated like a princess, but the guy that you're with is a complete toad, doesn't speak to you kindly or cordially or even inspiring. He inspires you to do nothing but scream at him. Or vice versa, she does nothing but bring out the worst in you. But you stay. Why? I've been here for 5 years. I've been here for 5 months. I've been here for 5 seconds. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are in a healthy relationship. Okay? And no relationship is perfect, but it doesn't have to be toxic. And that's all I'm saying. And here I go again, basically, is that. I kept going back to a person and I knew better. I wanted to believe in that person. I wanted to believe that it was going to be better the next time around, and it just wasn't. It was that total narcissistic love bombing that, we all hear about. And that basically draws me in, and it drew me in like, honey to the honey pot, honestly, And I fell for it a few times. It doesn't feel good, but it is what it is, and you either learn from it or you don't, and you find yourself in the same situation. No matter, I was able to get out from that relationship and move forward and give myself the ample opportunity to allow myself to be loved the way that I needed to be. And that doesn't necessarily mean I jumped right back into a relationship, but it did mean that when I did go on a date or dates, I knew what I was looking for. I knew what I would accept. And if he didn't open the car door, guess what? It was a short date. Some of us still believe in men opening car doors. Some men still believe in opening car doors, where other men don't bother. And it's preference. I'm not saying everybody has to do it and you have to do it every single time. But if that's how you were raised, then that's how you are raised and that's how it's going to be. And if you're not raised that way, then it's just not for you. There's no shame in either of it, in any of it. Again, it's all preference. You want a man to open your door, then you will have a man who opens your door. And if you don't, then you won't. And that's okay too. For those of us that are a little bit older, some of us still like, the decorum and, the chivalry and being treated in a certain fashion. And those of us that are younger, could really give two nickels about it. Nobody cares. Some girls are okay with just hearing as Steve Harvey would say, chirp, chirp, and hopping right into the vehicle. So you set the standards with whom you date and what you will accept. My father once told me when I was younger, he said, a man will only do to you what you allow him to do. And that has stuck with me my whole life. So a lot of times when I should be angry about something or betrayal or something that was done or something that was said, I should be angry, but I wasn't. And the reason being I was able to be cordial with these, exes and whatnot was simple because I allowed it. Should I be angry with myself? Yeah, I guess so. Should I be angry with them? Well, they wouldn't know any better if I didn't teach them. It's often like children. If your counterpartner doesn't know that you like flowers because you never told them, you can't be mad that on Friday when you're expecting flowers that they don't bring them. It's simple. If the math doesn't math, then change the formula. But it's up to us to take responsibility and to take ownership of that. It's not up to our It's not up to our significant others to figure it out. They're not mind readers. If you don't like the way someone speaks to you, you need to say that. And if they don't comply and turn around and change how they're speaking to you, whether it's, high-toned or not, you can change that. And you can basically just say, you know what? I don't like the way you speak to me, and I'm out of this relationship, And trust me when I say there are a billion people on the planet. There's going to be someone out there who only wants to adore you and speak to you kindly and speak to you with patience. There's different things out there for different people and for different reasons. You just got to be patient and wait. And if you're not a waiter and you don't have patience and you're that person that wants to go find who it is that you're looking for, that's okay too. Anyhow, this is SC Ayala for SC Ayala Talk. And I want to just say thank you to everyone for staying with us. We have more coming up soon. So stay tuned and I will see you on the next page. This is SC Ayala for SC Ayala Talk. And again, I'll see you on the next page.